So as much as we want to pretend like everything is back to normal, or there's some type of normality, there really isn't. And I just want to remind those of you who are going through still yet another big shift that whether you're denying it or not, I just want to offer some thoughts that I've been experiencing about my own process, and hopefully they resonate, and then we sit together a bit and metabolize just what we're experiencing. So always from my perspective, we hold within our body, within these magnificent bodies that we have, in the form of repressed we hold pain in the form of repressed emotions. So we hold energy within our body that we have not yet expressed. And generally, that's referred to as trauma. It doesn't necessarily mean that there were extreme traumatic experiences in your life, but generally growing up, if you were in an environment where you weren't allowed to really express yourself authentically, not at all to blame anybody in your life, but just understanding that as children we are so vulnerable and we need to be listened to. And if you have children, you know that. However, we have a blind spot with ourselves if we were brought up in families or a culture that didn't really allow us to be who we truly were, and we didn't feel heard. We hold this in our bodies. We hold this frustration, this anger of not being able to be who we are. Because remember, that's we come as souls into human bodies to be who we are, to have this human experience inside this human form. And in an ideal circumstances, and at times in our past being a humanity, that was the intention. However, without going too deep into that, we changed and we became less embodied and more in the mind and more in our belief systems. What's happening in the mind, or you can also call it the egoic mind. Anyway, that part of us that wants to keep us protected. However, it goes against what it is that's occurring inside of in the heart space. So what we're experiencing now, this big shift, is continually purging us. We are continually being having experiences in the external world, in the macro vision, but also within our own environments, within our own lives, that are showing us just how much we hold that in the body. And there's no running away anymore. I mean, yes, you can deny, of course, yes, I'm sorry, there is running away, and many are doing that. However, if you're listening to this and if you're here, probably maybe a long time ago or maybe recently you've had an opportunity to see and to step out of that illusion of the mind. So over and over again, our external world is giving us an opportunity to notice just how much we still hold fear, anxieties, grief, pain in the body. And we can work on a layer and feel a sense of relief for a while, but then there's another layer underneath the layer. It's like the onion with lots of layers. And that's very beautiful, but it's a very uncomfortable process. And that's, whether consciously you remember that's or not, that's what we've signed up for. Here, coming here, living this. But it's really difficult at times to realize, could I possibly have chosen these challenges? Could I possibly have chosen this struggle that I'm experiencing right now? Am I still denying that? Yeah. It's possible that you're still denying it. And this is what I chose. In this incarnation, this is what I chose to focus on. And I'm realizing that whether you choose it or not, it will come up in your field until at one point you have no other choice but to look at it. And when I'm talking about it, I'm talking about your shadow. Trauma is actually a word meaning wound. So those aspects of yourself that are wounded, and it goes back to what I said at the beginning. Feeling heard, feeling seen, feeling loved truly for who you are. And what gets in the way of that is how much we've put up resistance, how many layers we've grown around our hearts to protect ourselves from feeling that pain. So it's coming up now, again and again and again. The layers of ourselves that we don't want to feel, that we hate, that we're ashamed of. Of course, we want to be feeling good and having pleasurable experiences and feeling joy. But if there are layers of ourselves that we're denying, they're going to keep on coming up stronger and stronger until we're ready to look at them. And that's why we practice. So the practice today is focusing on metabolizing that part of you that feels paralyzed right now. And I can really relate. And it's going to be coming, these energies that are pushing this out of us, and from my perception, being channels, all of us, and understanding that if we're holding this density in the body, if there is a lot of higher frequency light coming into our systems, it's actually pushing this out of us. So that's why I said whether we like it or not. If you made a choice and if you're willing to step into your power, that power that you have, that you are, that you already are, however we keep ourselves blocked from ourselves by our belief systems. And then we stay entangled by the patterns and the way that we behave and the way we deny ourselves. So this is an opportunity for you to really check in with yourself. Let's do the practice. I'm really trying to keep these shorter, just because I really want everybody to get a taste of it so they understand. And then obviously, if you want to go deeper, you can have more lengthy sessions, and that's how I perceive it. So tuning in to where you're still denying, where are you still unwilling in the body to realize that this is an illusion that we put out upon ourselves, that we still have these programs that are running in our minds that are keeping us from accessing the deeper layers of the trauma, of the shadow, of the wounds. And I'd like to invite for you to check in with yourself. Really tune into your body and your heart. Where are you feeling stuck? Where are you holding resistance? And allow yourself to drop into those layers of your own physical form, whether it's by tuning into the buzzing of the anxiety, that paralyzed feeling that comes with fear, the heaviness of sadness, the density of grief. And I'd like for you to give yourself permission to connect completely to that layer of pain that you're still holding on to. And tune into it, noticing the sensations of the heaviness. The stuck feeling. The paralyzed feeling of fear, and allow for it to be there. And let's bring some breath into this part of you that wants to be seen. Take a deep breath in. Hold. Connect to the fear. Connect to the anxiety. And exhale. Feeling it draining. Giving that down into the earth. Saying thank you for transmuting this pain into strength. Breathing in all the way to the crown, connecting to the divine realms, remembering that you are being guided and protected. Breathe in some more. Exhale. Dissolving. Feeling how this denser emotions dissipate and dissolve with your loving awareness. Yes, we all have these aspects of ourselves. It's part of being human. And the more that we can acknowledge them and call upon the elephant in the room, we see you, Breathe in again. Exhale. Letting go of the attachment to these stories that are keeping you disempowered and feeling unworthy. Exhale all the air out and remember that everything in your field right now that's challenging you, what it's bringing up is what's asking to be cleared. So if you're feeling fear of abandonment, can you just honor that right now? Okay, there's fear. There's a part of you that's afraid being left alone, abandoned. I'd like for you to go through your system and notice, what are you most anxious about? Not having enough, not being enough. Just nod your head and honor it. Put a hand on your heart. Fear of scarcity, running out financially, money. A big one that I've been carrying all through my life. Not being enough, not having enough. Notice it in the body. Are you angry? Are you angry about not feeling heard in your relationship, in your life? And what about if you take a moment to turn towards yourself and hear your own internal screams? Your own internal aches. And feel these hands of yours showing up for those parts of you that just want to get out, that just want to be heard, that just want to be seen, that just want to be loved. And repeat these phrases. I see you. I hear you. I will no longer turn away from you. I stay committed to protecting you now. Because in order to heal yourself, first you have to allow your heart to open and feel vulnerable, because that's when you closed off many, many years ago. So by connecting to your vulnerable self and honoring him or her, feeling that connection through the palms of your hands, allowing tears to flow, and give yourself that warm embrace that you needed so badly back in the day. Feeling your body regenerating, filling up, metabolizing these challenging emotions so they may transform into your strength today. Like you're receiving an energetic transmission from an unlimited power source that's accessible to you all the time. All you have to do is open. So receiving from below, from above, from your back. like you're putting your fingers in the electrical sockets. Take a moment to take in as much as you can. Recharging your batteries. Saying thank you. Above, below, behind, all of those here who practice each day together. Just bring into your awareness all of those who need to be heard and seen and loved, that don't quite realize that that's the way out, by going through the pain, through the trauma of not being acknowledged the way we need for our hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.